Day 2 of this hot weather, and many places are either closing early or opening late because of the heat.
That's, of course, because of for the safety of the workers when the job gets a little too hot to handle. Kumi Tucker joins us now live from Waterville Elite to continue our team coverage this afternoon. Kumi, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Mark and Sabrina. Well, we're at the Waterville Elite Fire Station where they had a busy morning. In fact, they just went out on a call just seconds before we went on live this afternoon. Lights and sirens were told that call was for difficulty breathing. The captain says this kind of heat gets to a lot of people. And again, that busy morning, they had 5 calls already before noontime. Earlier today, we were up in Brunswick where a popular restaurant decided to call it a day right after lunch for safety reasons. The grills are busy at Duncan's Dairy Bar in Brunswick. The orders keep coming in. On a day like today, owner John Squadrito decided the best bet was to close at 1.
Just too hot, and but customers won't come out. The employees will be miserable, and behind our kitchen, if it's 106 outside, it's probably 120 in the kitchen. It's really hot.
For lunchtime, the restaurant was busy despite the heat outside. Maybe customers came for the special Tuesday turkey pot pies or the famous giant donuts ready to go. But today, there will be no dinner service. It's just too hot. John says the heat builds up during the day, and usually around 3:30 or 4, it's at its peak.
I have my big oven turned down. I did most of my bacon really quick. When it's hot out, everything raises quicker, so I get everything done quicker. I try to cut down my workload also so I can shut down the ovens. And I got the back ovens in the back shut. We shut that down probably about 8:30. Usually they keep going until 11 in the morning.
As for tomorrow, they may go to their usual 7:30 p.m., but John says he's going to play it by ear. And in the meantime, cool down a little. And the restaurant was comfortable, but if it's hot and humid just standing here right now, imagine being behind that grill. Also imagine wearing a lot of heavy fire turnout gear. Well, you're going to hear from Waterville Elite firefighters. That's coming up new at 5:30. Reporting live in Waterville Elite, Kumi Tucker, News Channel 13. Mark and Sabrina, back to you.
Yeah, their life-saving work doesn't stop on days like today. Kumi, thank you very much.
On a day like today, emergency crews are ready for heat-related calls.
Yeah, well, they've also been preparing themselves for days like today, of course. Kumi Tucker joins us now live from the Waterville Elite Fire Department with what they're doing out there. Kumi.
Steve and Rachel, they have had a busy morning here in Waterville Elite. 5 calls already before noontime. The captain says the heat tends to get to a lot of people, and it's easy to see how. We've been out in this heat for much of the day, and I'll tell you, it gets to you pretty quickly. For firefighters themselves, though, hydration is the key, and hydration begins long before days like this. And they say, pay attention to how you feel. If you feel tired, if you feel dizzy, that's usually an early sign of heat exhaustion. So find some shade and cool down a little bit. Captain Jim Halpin says if you have medical issues, take it easy and stay in the air conditioning and hydrate. Drink water even if you're not thirsty. For firefighters, there's no rest when an emergency call comes in. For a fire call, the turnout gear is heavy and hot. Firefighter Don Ciccinelli showed us what it's like all suited up. He said you feel it as soon as you put it on. Adding an air pack on the back, that only adds to the weight they're carrying.
I have my boots, my bunker pants, my turnout coat, and right now I don't have on a hood, but we also have a hood that goes around our neck, and when we put on our air pack and our face mask, we'll put the hood up over our head, and obviously that's like wearing a winter hat in the summertime, so that'll heat you up pretty quick as well.
We kind of watch out for each other. That's one of our big things, is we have to keep an eye on each other. If we do get an incident where we have to put our bunker gear on and air packs and we're going to work, it's tough. So you kind of keep your eye on the next guy a little more so than normal. It starts kind of before the heat. We knew it was coming, so we kind of try to hydrate on our days off, hydrate while we're in here, keep drinking the water.
And before our last live shot at 4 o'clock, they had gone out on an emergency call. The ambulance has gone out on another call as well. So certainly no rest for the weary here. It was nice of that Waterville firefighter to put on all of that heavy gear just for us to show us, though, what firefighters have to endure in this heat. You'll hear from both of those firefighters coming up, as well as we'll take you back to Duncan's in Brunswick, where they had to shut down a little early today because of the heat. That's coming up at 6. Reporting live in Waterville, Kumi Tucker, News Channel 13. Steve and Rachel, back to you.
Kumi, thank you so much.
In this heat, many businesses have adjusted their hours to keep workers safe.
And first responders are ready for heat-related calls. Kumi Tucker joins us now live from the Waterville Fire Department. Kumi, I'm guessing it was busy there today.
It was indeed. Mark and Sabrina, they did have a busy morning here and then slow and steady throughout the rest of the day. Even before noon, they had 5 calls already. Now, it's hot just standing here right now, and I'm not moving around. It is not easy to work in this heat. Imagine wearing heavy turnout gear. Waterville firefighter Don Ciccinelli says you can feel it right away.
I've only had this on for about 2 minutes now and already starting to sweat. You factor in an air pack on your back, and that only adds to how much weight you're carrying around. It's really important to stay hydrated on days like this. Not just hydrate today, but hydration starts yesterday.
Over in Brunswick at Duncan's Dairy Bar, the orders keep coming. But on a day like today, owner John Squadrino decided to call it a day after lunch.
It's just too hot, and but customers won't come out. The employees will be miserable, and behind our kitchen, if it's 106 outside, it's probably 120 in the kitchen.
Maybe tomorrow you can grab some of their special pot pies or their famous giant donuts. John says the heat builds up during the day, peaking at about 3:30.
I have my big oven turned down. I did most of my bacon really quick. When it's hot out, everything raises quicker, so I get everything done quicker. I try to cut down my workload also so I can shut down the ovens.
Firefighters say pay attention to how you're feeling. If you're tired or dizzy, that's usually an early sign of heat exhaustion.
If you have medical issues, my suggestion is stay inside in the AC. There's nothing today that you need to do that you can't do tomorrow. Hydrate, that's a big thing. Constantly drink water, even if you're not thirsty. Continue to drink water.
And a car just drove up to the front of the firehouse, and firefighters came out to help an older man who was in the passenger seat there. This ambulance that was here is still out on its medical call. This heat can be dangerous, and again, it bears repeating. Firefighters say, remember to hydrate, keep drinking, even if you're not thirsty. Reporting live in Waterville, Kumi Tucker, News Channel 13. Sabrina and Mark, back to you.
Always busy helping people, even on days like this.
Yeah,
Kumi,
good advice
thank you.
there.